Hello, I'm Soumya. Read the following information carefully and answer the questions that follow. 7 offices in a building are to be painted. The offices which are on one side of the hallway numbered consecutively 1 to 7 from the front of the building to the back. Each office is to be painted in one color only according to the following conditions. 2 offices must be painted blue, 2 offices must be painted green, 2 in white, and exactly 1 office must be painted yellow. The 2 offices painted green must be next to each other. The 2 offices painted blue cannot be next to each other. The office painted yellow cannot be next to an office painted white. And office 3 must be painted white. Now, for the question. If office 2 is painted green, which of the following offices must also be painted green? For the solution. Now, let's check out the options given to us in the question and then we'll decide which among these is the correct answer. Here they are talking about 7 rooms. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now, they have written clearly that 2 offices must be blue, 2 green, 2 in white and 1 in yellow. Here, in the last statement, office 3 must be painted white. That is, this office should be white. In question to us, they have said that office 2 should be painted green. If we go through the second statement given in the question, the 2 offices painted green must be next to each other. Now, for any office that has to be green, the other offices should be green as well. That is, either 1 or 3. Here, in the question, it has been clearly stated that the third position must be assigned for the white color. So, the only option left to us is that green would be painted on office 1 and 2. For our question again, the office which should be green is office number 1, that is 1. So, our answer is option number 1. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे. Hello, I'm Soumya. Directions. Read the following information carefully and answer the question that follow. 7 offices in a building are to be painted. The offices which are on one side of the hallway numbered consecutively 1 to 7 from the front of the building to the back. Each office is to be painted in one color only according to the following conditions. 2 offices must be painted blue, 2 must be painted green, 2 in white, and exactly 1 office must be painted yellow. The 2 offices painted green must be next to each other. The 2 offices painted blue cannot be next to each other. The office painted yellow cannot be next to an office painted white, and office 3 must be painted white. Now, for the question. If office 5 is painted white, which of the following could be true? Now, for the arrangements. Third office should be in white. It is a necessary condition. Here, in question, 5th office has to be white as well. Now, for the possibilities of the other colors would be, let's say if office number 1 is painted green, then office 2 should be painted green as well, because 2 offices which are painted green must be next to each other is the necessary condition, leaving us with the 4th place and 6th. Yellow color cannot be here or here because it has been stated that the office painted yellow cannot be next to the office painted white. So, the options left to us are blue and blue. So, the 7th position would be assigned to yellow. Let's say the arrangements are changed, then the possibility would be if office 1 is to be painted yellow, which is quite obvious because office 2 cannot be painted yellow or any other option. Here, green should be followed next to each other, so only two places available are these, that is 6 and 7, leaving us with 2 and 4 painted blue. Now, let's go through the options. Office 1 is painted blue. In both the conditions, we can clearly see that blue cannot be painted in office number 1, so option number 1 is incorrect. Office 2 is painted yellow, which is next to impossible because white and yellow cannot be on the row, so it's the wrong option again. Office 4 is painted green. Here, in both the options, we can clearly see that this is not a possibility. So, option 3 is incorrect as well, leaving us with the fourth option. Office 6 is painted blue. In our first consideration, blue was painted in the 6th position. So, this is the position that the answer seeks. So, the answer is option number 4. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे. Hello, I'm Samya. Directions. Read the following information carefully and answer the question that follow. 7 offices in a building are to be painted. The offices which are on one side of the hallway numbered consecutively 1 to 7 from the front of the building to the back. Each office is to be painted in one color only according to the following condition. 2 offices must be painted blue, 2 offices must be painted green, 2 in white, and exactly 1 office must be painted yellow. The 2 offices painted green must be next to each other. The 2 offices painted blue cannot be next to each other. The office painted yellow cannot be next to the office painted white, and office 3 must be painted white. For the question, if office 4 is painted white and an office which is painted green is next to an office that is painted white, which of the following must be true? For the solution, in the necessary condition, 3 is the place which has to be painted white, and in the question it has been stated that office number 4 is painted white as well. Similarly, they have clearly written that office green should be next to the office which is painted white. Now, there are two possibilities, that green is on this side or green is on this side. Now, for the other options, for the first consideration, 6 must be painted yellow because it cannot be painted next to white, leaving us with 5 and 7 to be colored in blue. Similarly, on the second consideration, 1 is the place which should be colored yellow because it cannot be painted next to white, and blue cannot be painted next to each other, so the only possibility is this. Now, let's check out the options. Which must be true? Option number 1 says, office 1 is painted green. Here we can clearly see that office green could be green. Here, let's check out the question once again. Which of the following must be? The condition for must is for the necessary conditions. Now here, we can clearly see that there is a doubt between yellow and green. So we cannot clearly state that option number 1, that is office 1 is painted green, is a necessary condition. So we cannot go through option number 1. Similarly with the option number 2 and 3, where there is a possibility of any other option. Option number 2 says that office 1 should be painted yellow, which is not a necessary condition. Similarly, office number 5 is painted blue, which could not be true necessarily, leaving us with the fourth option that says office 7 is painted blue. In either of the condition, office 7 is always painted blue. So, this should be the necessary condition here. Now, that's our answer. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे. Hello, I'm Samya. Directions. Read the following information carefully and answer the question that follow. 7 offices in a building are to be painted. The offices which are on one side of the hallway numbered consecutively 1 to 7 from the front of the building to the back. Each office is to be painted in one color only according to the following conditions. 2 offices must be painted blue, 2 offices must be painted green, 2 in white, and exactly 1 office must be painted yellow. The 2 offices painted green must be next to each other. The 2 offices painted blue cannot be next to each other. The office painted yellow cannot be next to an office painted white, and office 3 must be painted white. Now the question is, which of the following conditions, when combined with the original condition, has the consequence of completely determining the color that each office is painted? Now, here the options are three is a white office. In the previous question, we had seen the possibilities. The possibilities were now, here, if we go through the options, office 1 must be painted yellow. Here we can clearly see if we go through that information, then the configuration would be this. But it would not determine the correct consequence that has to be related with the question. So, option number 1 cannot be correct. Option number 2 states office 1 must be painted green. Here we can clearly see that if we are painting green, then there is a different set of possibility, and we cannot be sure that this would determine the exact location. So, option number 2 is incorrect as well. Option number 3 states office 4 must be painted blue. Here, as we can clearly see that if we are going through option number 3, office 4 must be painted blue, where there is no possibility left for any other option to be correctly placed. So option number 3 is incorrect as well. Going through the fourth option, that is, office 6 must be painted white. Let's see what happens if we paint office 6 with white. Green should be all together, so the possibility for green color would be 4 and 5. With 2, it should be blue because yellow cannot be near to white. Here, if this condition has to be followed, then everything else is ordered. So, option number 4 is the correct answer. Thank you. करके दिखाएंगे.